New car, new vlog, slightly new style and some new equipment. We're going to have a go with some voiceover work idea. Hopefully maybe we can keep the videos the same length and include a lot more information, save me recording extra stuff in front of the camera and so on. So today's victim, BMW M4 competition, Isle of Man green, beautiful colour, great spec, absolutely stunning interior, no surprises, in for new car preparation with PPF and upgraded coatings. So we're going to start off today as always with wash and decontamination. I always start with the dirtiest parts of the vehicles, which are the wheels and arches. Wheels don't need doing yet because they will be taken off later. So all I'm doing here is using the jack to give myself a little bit extra room to work. I'm going to use some APC to get in all the nooks and crannies, clean the plastics, clean the acoustic carpeting if we've got any. So we're just going to use the APC and various wheel brushes, do whatever we've got to do to get into whatever we can get into, suspension components and so on, and then we'll pressure wash those areas out. Idea here, get all of the big dirt and debris that hangs around, get it out of the way, get it out of there. That way later on when we're washing, polishing, coating, there's much less risk of dragging something into our work that we don't want in there and causing some damage.
Hello.
Now I know what you're all thinking here, I know what you're looking at, I can see what's on your mind, and you are all absolutely incorrect. I am not the crazy dog guy. This is a community service that I offer. Local dog walkers all bring their new puppers by for a stroke. A little bit of a smooch, maybe some treats, maybe not, don't quote me on that, don't tell the owners, but yeah, I keep a pocket full of treats, and yeah, it's just nice. It's nice to be a part of the community. It's nice to be nice, and it's always nice to take a break and stroke a nice puppy. Okay, so on to the bodywork now. I use, I guess you would call it like a two-stage pre-wash system. So I'm going to go around the car initially with a citrus cleaner. This just eats into any stubborn dirt and oily films that will be hanging around, starts to break them down, leave it dwelling 60 seconds, 90 seconds max, doesn't take long. Go over the top with an alkaline based snow foam. Both of these things will act together to break down most of the surface dirt here. We use the snow foam that we can agitate with brushes, get into all the dirt traps and the window lines and so on, and then we pressure wash all of that off together. Slight twist of the brain here, we are not rinsing off the snow foam. We are methodically removing any dirt and debris that the snow foam has loosened. so we care less right now about any suds that may hang around, that may drip from the top to the bottom. We care more about really taking our time and methodically removing everything, so that when we do our contact wash, less chance of any damage. So this will look a little bit bizarre to some people, as we're only going to wash the lower 2/3 of the vehicle. All I'm really doing here is trying to prepare these surfaces for tar and glue removers. So I don't want to drag any mag fibre cloths over a surface that isn't squeaky clean. We're using a Meguiar's Wash Plus here, which has an abrasive in, which is a very, very good solution for prepping a surface for polishing. So do the lower 2/3 of the vehicle, get it squeaky clean, loosely dry it so that we can apply the tar removers after that. May seem bizarre, new car, but the reality is, look, it's been driven a little bit, roads are very, very bad, we can easily pick up spots of tar here and there, and if we don't get rid of them, those things are going to get dragged into the pads of the machine. So this is all part of the preparation for this kind of job. Once we're cleaned and dried, I'm going to liberally apply the tar remover all over the vehicle, all over the lower 2/3 of the vehicle. This may look like a lot of product. My ethos is let the chemicals do the work for you. I would sooner waste product and know that I've done a thorough job than risk partially breaking down some tar and damage. Same with my cleaning chemicals, same with my wheel chemicals. I just am less concerned with quote-unquote wasting product and more concerned with getting the job done. So we'll go around the car a couple of times, never let the solution dry. Once the tar, we can see it sort of running off the vehicle and it's broken down, I'm going to use new cloths. These are one and done. Once we've removed all of this solution and the tar along with it, they go in the bin. Never wash a cloth that you've used with a tar remover. Your washing machine will stink afterwards. Thank me for this one. Save yourself the heartache, save yourself the money. It's cheaper to throw away a cloth than it is a washing machine. Time for the stinky stuff now. We all have a love-hate relationship with it, but there's no getting around it. It is an essential part of prepping a vehicle for machine polishing. So this stage is just going to help me loosen up and release all of the metallic contaminants and fallout that's on the vehicle. So brake dust, rail dust, any kind of commercial metalwork that you might park near engineering firms and so on. It's always in the air, that bonds itself to the vehicle and can over time cause premature rusting. So this stage allows me to chemically release it without having to be overly aggressive when we clay. Less aggressive claying, less aggressive correction needed, so it really is a win-win. And looks like, yeah, a little bit more community service going down, a few more doggos to stroke. Few more treats to give out. Without question, the best part of my day. Now, this stage is where I may differ from other detailers. Rather than just rinsing off the fallout remover, my go-to is to agitate it with the wash process, thus releasing it further, putting it in the bucket. It's just a more thorough way of making sure that everything has been pulled off the paint. Hi everybody, apologies for the intrusion. I hope you're enjoying the slightly updated and modified style of video now. I'm working really hard to be able to condense the videos, put more information into the same duration or shorten them a bit. Please let me know in the comments if it's working, if you like it. If you can recommend anything else, just let me know. I'd be very grateful. Okay, as you can see, car's inside now. All of that washing and decontaminating has been done. We've dried it, I've clayed it. I'm back using the FainLab Prime. If you haven't seen that, it's like a specific clay lube that also has silica resins in it. So as you clay, you actually fill any pores and micro fissures, which means when you polish the car, you're not forcing the oils into the pores. So it's just one more step that brings us closer to zero filling capabilities and even less requirement for wipe downs afterwards. So we'll break the video down like we normally do now. We've got the wheels to come off, we've got to clean the wheels, decontaminate the wheels, same with the calipers. We've got to polish all of the paint. As always, carbon's a bit hologrammy, that's just the way it is. We've got to PPF the front end, high impact areas on sort of roof and sills, roof and A-pillars, and we've got to do the sills and the inner sills. It's having Vulcan, of course, because that plays perfectly with the PPF, so Vulcan will go on at the end over anything that's green, most of the gloss blacks, and anything that's PPF'd, and the carbons. The glass we will do with hyperglass, and internally we've got to protect that fabulous leather because, I mean, what an interior, right? So that'll be deep cleaned, that'll be coated, dye blocker. I think that's it. So I'm going to go and top my brew up. I'm going to crack on. Again, let me know in the comments if you prefer this slightly condensed voiceover style vlog. I'm just trying hard to find my flow, my style. I don't like being up front in the camera, you know that. But we've got to give these things a go, haven't we? So, aces, thank you. Let's crack on, enjoy the video, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you. Okay, so we can actually get some work done now. Always polish the glass first, or I do anyway. So my theory is it doesn't matter if I'm polishing the glass and I touch the roof with my pads, because I'm then going to polish the roof. However, if I'd polish the roof to a fine finish and I'm polishing the glass and the pad hits the roof, I'm going to spoil the finish. So always glass first. Much quicker to prep it with a machine than it is by hand. I just use regular paint compounds, regular polishing pads, not trying to correct the glass. This is just a preparation step. We do break the abrasives down, and you'll see now I'm using a rinseless wash to remove the polish. On the left hand side where we haven't polished, you will see the oily film that I'm talking about. The solution sort of breaks up on the surface, looks streaky, you can tell where the wipers have been. On the right hand side where we've polished, none of that. It's crystal clear, it's perfectly smooth, there's nothing disrupting the surface. I now know that when this is panel wiped, the glass sealant will adhere properly. Last two stages have been the same thing, deeper defect removal. In this case we're chasing some sanding marks. They looked very different. Why? Well, the first stage on the wing mirror was done with a random orbital machine, so it's a 12mm throw, microfiber pad. It's just a very safe, easy way of cutting flat areas. The second one on the spoiler was done with a rotary polisher, a much more versatile tool in my opinion, and a much more accurate way of cutting. So because the spoiler has contours, the rotary with the soft backing plate and the soft wool pad allows me to contour match, which means I'm able to get into all the nooks and crannies and nuances of the spoiler, get into all of the sanding marks very safely, very accurately. So this is the PPF getting laid down on this particular vehicle. We're doing the front bumper, chin strap, carbon pieces, the lights, the bonnet, the wings, the sills, inner sills, A-pillars, and the front sort of 8 to 10 inches of the carbon roof. Now we've got the second layer of Vulcan going down here. Vulcan from Titan Coatings is without question the best coating that I hold in-house, and being brutally honest, it is the best coating I have ever tested in-house. Vulcan is the reason that I stick with Titan Coatings now. It is that good. I consider this my premium package with the PPF up front. You know, realistically, you can expect it to stop the vast majority of stone chips and road rashes, unless it's a giant piece of debris that hits you at speed. You can expect this to protect your paintwork for, I don't know, up to 10 years maybe. Couple that with the Vulcan. Vulcan can go on all of the paint, all of the gloss blacks, and the PPF. I cannot give you a cleaner car for longer, and I cannot give you an easier car to clean than I can with this combination. Vulcan is absolutely phenomenal. It is the kitty's titties. Vulcan is an incredibly thick rubberized coating. That's probably the reason that it plays so well with the PPF. Technically omniphobic. So hydrophobic means it's trying to repel water, hence you get the beading. Omniphobic means it's basically trying to repel everything. Hence the reason that I cannot give you a cleaner car for longer. It's thick, it's durable, it's incredibly chemically resistant. And because your car stays cleaner for longer, really you remove the need for those harsh chemicals. So it doesn't matter whether this is a daily drive or a motorway munch or something that's going to go on a European trip. This is the best protection I can give your car, full stop.
proper nice people. You can have a laugh with them.
I hate messing about in the back of coupes. Okay, so take note, your boy's in new pants and he doesn't have his shoes on. We're just trying to preserve that leather. So with regards to the interior, I like to do the glass first, just because I don't want to be touching cleaned and coated leather. So I tend to do the rear of the car and then the front of the car. I like to do the glass, and then I will clean the leather, then I'll coat the leather, and then lastly I will hoover myself out, and then we'll move to the front and we'll do the same again. Just don't want to be constantly going over areas that we've already done stuff to, so I just try to put it into an order that makes sense to me. The glass is being cleaned with Optimum No Rinse. I've done a couple of videos on this. I will link them above if you haven't seen them. This is the best way to get streak-free glass that I can offer you. It never fails me. The leather is being cleaned with Dr. Leather wipes, and then we'll put the Dr. Leather dye blocker on over the top. Again, great combination. It just works. I don't know how else to say it. And I try to get every one of my customers to then buy the Dr. Leather wipes afterwards. Probably should try and get some commission on that, because it's the one product that I always send them to time and time again. Again, it just works. Takes the stress away, takes the indecision away. Just every couple of weeks, every month, get the wipes out, wipe the leather over. It'll pick up any stains that's sitting on top of the dye blocker. It'll top the dye blocker up afterwards. Buff it off with a microfiber cloth if they're wet. Job done. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. 2 secs, mate. Yeah. Once you finish, you got. Titan hyperglass now, so it's a glass specific coating. Brilliant product in my opinion. It's very durable, so we put a single layer on. I'm going to leave that for 4 hours, and then we're going to put another layer directly over the top of that. Wait another 4 hours, put another coating directly over the top of that, so that's 3 layers in total. Then we leave it overnight, and this is what it looks like in the morning. And then we come in this next day. First job is to remove it. I love this product because it is an effortless buff at this stage. Even with 3 layers, even have been left overnight, it just flies off. Absolutely fantastic. Very, very effective. Water moves at really low speeds, which is great. And it's pretty durable, which is a bonus.
him to something in his dream. You know how fucking dreams are. Like, they might need something other than death.
No, you're right. So it's like tarot cards.
But then again,
you never know
when you finally
the
seven
seven daggers is really, you know, the greatest pizza. You don't fucking know.
No, I know golden apples.
The death card's really the super good hug.
What if you get the one with the boobs and the skulls though? What if you get that card? You're like, oh, dude, skull titties, and everything's fucking dope.
Oh yeah, skull titties.
Yeah, skull titties rule, dude.
But yeah, then again,
skull ass.
when you finally meet up, you're not gonna be like.
Or inducing fear and feeding off of that. I don't think necessarily it's anti-nature, but I mean definitely like anxiety or fear or something like that. I could definitely see possibly some sort of like, I guess, entity, you know, kind of like we spoke about. It's kind of along the same.
Your mind.